Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Coming up on today's news, the Cleveland Commission on Black Women and Girls invited the community to focus on making sure black women and girls feel seen and heard. Then we'll take you to a job fair centered around the trades. The Cleveland Community Relations Board is celebrating 80 years, and we'll take you to their celebration. And later, Housing Court Judge W. Moná Scott talks about constructive eviction and your rights as a tenant around this illegal practice. But first, the city of Cleveland is looking for responsible and motivated young people to step up as lifeguards this season. It's a great way to earn money, build skills, and make a difference in your community. Let's head over to Esbrook Rec Center for more information.
So today we are doing our lifeguard training course for the city of Cleveland to try and get the youth and anybody who's able to participate certified for lifeguard for the summer season. They are going to work at one of our City of Cleveland facilities, whether that be an indoor rec center, pool, or an outdoor pool. And so they will be completely certified and prepared for that position. This position is offered to anybody who is lifeguard certified. So even if you took a lifeguard certification class outside of the city, we will be able to accept that application and get you applied or get you put into a position within the city. So for any youth that lives in the city of Cleveland and is in high school, they are able to take the class free of charge and are actually getting paid to do the class afterwards, and then they get a job after the training for the summer. So for any information, we are currently running classes at Alexander Hamilton Recreation Center and here at Estabrook Recreation Center. So you can either call those rec centers or you can reach out to downtown at 216-664-2570.
Make this summer one to remember. Become a lifeguard and help keep Cleveland's pools and beaches safe. Call 216-664-2570 today for more info and start your journey to an exciting summer. A 2020 Bloomberg City Lab report ranked Cleveland as the worst city in the U.S. for black women and girls. The city of Cleveland is working to make that a change. A new commission has been formed to improve the quality of life for black women and girls here in Cleveland. The Cleveland Commission on Black Women and Girls invited the community to focus on making sure black women and girls feel seen and heard. Here's more with TV20 reporter Sierra Nelson.
Seated in 2022, now active, the Cleveland Commission on Black Women and Girls hosts a gathering at Garrett Morgan School of Leadership and Innovation to listen to the community.
Fundamentally, when you think about our country, our city, when it was created, established, black women were never in a consideration, right? So when you think about the laws, the policies, the things that have happened over generations, many black women, they weren't considered, let alone at the table to craft it. And so again, it is really the result when you do not think about all of your citizens in a very intentional, purposeful way, you have unintended consequences. And now we are just living with some of the unintended consequences. Now that we know better, we're doing better. And again, bringing and right now centering black women and girls to create a Cleveland that works for all. Today's event is specifically for us to listen, right? So there is a series of questions that will be proposed to the participants for us to talk about what do you want us as the city of Cleveland to focus on as it relates to you.
The Empower Her Connect event is a safe space where women can talk and share ideas about economic development, education, healthcare, justice, civil rights, and more.
More than 100 women are here to collaborate to talk about their experiences and concerns to help shape policies and programs for a better quality of life.
The 2 morning sessions featured community leaders to connect with women and girls in breakout sessions. Participants feel this is a safe space to share their concerns and ideas.
Unity of the community, especially for black women, because like they said on the panel, we do have a special power that sometimes we lose touch with. So we just have to stick together.
I'm not alone, and that I can be heard and not be afraid to speak up for myself in situations where I feel like that I'm not able to. And that it's okay to just be me.
City leaders say they will continue to work to make sure black women and girls in Cleveland have a voice.
As Malcolm X once said, Black women are the most disrespected and the most vulnerable people in our society, and that has proven true throughout history and presently, as Cleveland was designated as one of the worst cities for Black women and girls. And but I believe that there is power in Black women. We are a powerful, resilient people.
The commission's priority is to spark change. Sierra Nelson reporting, TV20.
Thanks, Sierra. That was the first community event for the commission. To find out about upcoming events with the commission, check out the City of Cleveland's website for more information. Seeking the next step in your career, the City of Cleveland, in partnership with Ohio Means Jobs, continues to host job fairs for individuals interested in pursuing careers in the trades.
We're here today at the Moná School, a Cleveland public school. They have lent us their gym to host a built environment job and training fair, which means we're talking to residents in Cleveland about the opportunities of our built environment collaborative partners and how they can engage in training programs, supportive services, and eventually good jobs in the skilled trades.
Greater Cleveland Works and the City of Cleveland work together to create the Built Environment Collaborative with the intention of getting Cleveland residents into jobs that are building Cleveland. So these are construction jobs, these are utility jobs, these are the jobs that make the things that we see in our environment exist.
The fact that we have real dollars to get people to training if they need help with a bus pass, if they need childcare, if their car breaks down. Those barriers are real for folks who are trying to get a good paying job, trying to make ends meet, trying to do the right thing. And it's easy to give up. It's easy to give up. But now if folks are excited, have the motivation and the will to do it, we have the resources and the support to give them what they need to be a part of Cleveland's comeback.
To learn about upcoming job fairs in the City of Cleveland, you can visit ohiomeansjobs.ohio.gov. Well, in case you missed it, here are the highlights from this week's City Council meeting. Hey Cleveland, here's a quick wrap-up of the key decisions from the March 31st City Council meeting. Council authorized the city's acceptance of a donation from the Campus District, who currently owns 3 Portland loos that were purchased with County CARES Act funds. The loos are durable, single-unit public restroom structures. They are currently in storage, and the Department of Public Works will install them to serve our unhoused population and the public. Cleveland currently has 0 public restroom facilities, excluding restrooms in the metro parks. The structures are valued at $145,000 each for a total donation valued at $437,000. The portable bathrooms, while given free, will cost the city to install them. Council approved a resolution opposing the U.S. Department of Agriculture's cuts and proposed state budget cuts to food assistance programs impacting the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, and urging the federal government and the Ohio legislature to restore those dollars to adequately fund critical nutrition programs for people and families in need. Finally, Council authorized the city to enter into a ground lease with Rust Belt Riders Composting for the use and occupancy of property located on East 79th Street to consolidate its composting facility operations and install a retail operation. The single location will house operations, composting, soil blending, packaging, distribution, and receiving, plus a retail space to sell RBR's soil products. That's your Cleveland City Council wrap for this week. Stay tuned to TV20 for more updates on how council decisions shape our city. If you're looking for new ideas to answer the daily question of what's for dinner, then check out Food for Thought right here on TV20. On this week's episode, I, along with the amazing chefs and nutritionists at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, will show you a fresh new take on a tuna noodle casserole. Plus, you will learn everything you ever wanted to know about cauliflower, and then some. Watch Food for Thought right here on TV20 or anytime you want on the TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. We'll be back with more TV20 news right after this.
Hello, my name is John Mahoney. I am the manager of the City of Cleveland Office of Consumer Affairs. The Office of Consumer Affairs investigates consumer complaints. These include any purchase of a product or service you make, as long as you are a Cleveland resident or the complaint is about a business located in the City of Cleveland, Ohio. We will attempt to mediate an agreement between both parties to resolve the issue. However, we cannot guarantee an outcome in the consumer's favor. Consumer complaint categories include auto, repair and purchase, billing, home improvement contractors, mortgages, and retail. We have posted consumer educational flyers on the Office of Consumer Affairs page on the City of Cleveland website. We also collaborate with local, state, and federal partners who protect Clevelanders. Cleveland Department of Aging, the Better Business Bureau, Cuyahoga County Department of Consumer Affairs, the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, the Ohio Attorney General, the Federal Trade Commission, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Feel free to contact us with any questions at 216-664-4529.
This summer, the Cultural Arts team is offering a variety of programs throughout the City of Cleveland, including ceramics, painting, theater, cooking, and more. With a variety of youth and adult classes, there's something for everyone. All the instruction and basic materials are provided free of charge. For a full list of offerings, visit us online or call Cadell Fine Arts at 216-664-4103 for more information. Registration opens Tuesday, May 6th, with programs starting June 2nd. Look forward to seeing you this summer.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. The City of Cleveland's Community Relations Board reached a major milestone recently as they celebrated their 80th anniversary in the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall.
Today's event was a walkthrough of history, a stroll down memory lane, if you will, of 80 years of photos, artifacts, articles, and memories.
So Community Relations Board was founded in 1945 because a lot of the racial tension that was going on in the city of Cleveland at that time. And so the whole mission and purpose was to build better relations between not just police but also residents, both east and west. And so actually fast forward in 2025, we're actually doing that today, making sure we mediate among residents so they can work together and get along, providing quality of life for our services, making sure residents are clear of our services, as well as bridging whatever differences between police and making sure we build better relations with just everybody across the city.
At a ceremony that was held to commemorate the event, City Council President and former board director Blaine Griffin spoke about how leading the Community Relations Board was the best job he ever had.
And the reason why is because I looked at it as almost it was the United Nations of City Hall. It was the place where you actually dealt with people of all cross sections of life, people from all ethnicities, 117, 120 or more ethnicities, where we dealt with young people. One of the biggest accomplishments in the 11 years that I served on the Community Relations Board is that we were able to expand our work to really focus on youth, because what we realized is that if we're going to deal with conflict, where was the biggest conflict, which was young people that were feuding in neighborhoods in the city of Cleveland.
This isn't the end of the celebrations for the Community Relations Board. Current Executive Director Angela Shute-Woodson said they are planning something even bigger for later this fall.
We're excited on October 23rd. Come back. We're going to be having our gala, and it's going to be really nice, and we're going to be honoring a lot of our longtime board members that have served on this board way before I even became director, and recognizing a lot of the former directors and their families.
So happy anniversary to the Community Relations Board. Thanks for 80 great years of hard work in the community, and here's to 80 more.
There's more TV20 news to come, so stay tuned.
Camp George Forbes offers a summer, overnight, and day camp program. Overnight campers will receive 5 days and 4 nights of positive and rewarding experiences that is conducive to the nature of camping. This program is organized and structured to instill a sense of respect for people, nature, and the environment. Campers will gain skills within the areas of aquatics, arts and crafts, indoor-outdoor education, and recreation. Ages range between 9 and 13 years old. Registration is open now, and the camping season starts June 9th. For more information, please contact Camp Forbes at 216-263-5325.
This summer, take center stage with Showwagon. Join our free summer performance program for youth ages 8 to 18, where you will build confidence, make new friends, and develop your creative talents. Rehearsals runs from June 2nd to July 5th, with performances touring Cleveland neighborhoods July 8th to August 16th. For more information, call Cadell Fine Arts at 216-664-4103. Do not miss your time to shine.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Finally, Cleveland Municipal Housing Court Judge W. Moná Scott talks about your rights as a tenant should you ever become involved in the illegal practice of constructive eviction.
Hello, I'm Judge W. Moná Scott, the Administrative Judge of Cleveland Municipal Court Housing Division, also known as Cleveland Housing Court. I want to talk to you, and by you, I mean the tenants, about constructive evictions. Constructive evictions are illegal evictions. What does that look like? That looks like someone turning off the gas, the water, or your lights to get you to move out. And also, that looks like the property owner changing the locks unbeknownst to you while you're still occupying the residence. What can you do about someone doing constructive eviction? What you can do is you can come down to Cleveland Housing Court, located at the Justice Center on the 13th floor in courtroom 13B, to talk to one of my housing court specialists. They're there to assist you and give you guidance on your rights as a tenant, but this particular right also applies to landlords and property owners. What it is that you can come and get a temporary restraining order, or a TRO. If you are a tenant and you can't afford the filing fees, be sure to fill out the poverty affidavit showing that you're indigent, and that fee will be waived. What you also want to do is gather as much information about the owner of the property, including any property managers that you've been in communication with, their address, and a valid and workable phone number. You fill out that application and it is filed with the clerk of courts. Once it is filed, a housing court specialist will reach out to that property owner and tell them that they must immediately restore what they have turned off, or face consequences with Cleveland Housing Court. That includes turning back on the water, turning back on the lights, and or gas. It also includes immediately providing keys to a new lock that is on there, and removing any things or any objects that will prevent that tenant from returning to their property. There is financial repercussions for failure to do so in a timely manner. This filing will be given a case number, and it will go before one of my magistrates to make sure that this particular property owner is doing what is required. And they will be informed that if they want to evict a tenant, if they want to evict you, the tenant, that they must go through the process of the court. That is to file a complaint, give a 3-day notice, and have the grounds that are required by the Ohio Revised Code to proceed forward with that eviction. That includes giving a 3-day notice, and if it is federal property in which it is owned by CMHA, or you're receiving Section 8 or any kind of federal benefits to assist with rent payment, they must give anywhere from a 10 to 30-day notice of eviction. And then after those 10 or 30 days have expired is when they can file the 3-day notice of eviction. That 3-day notice must have the correct information on there, and it is set out by the Ohio Revised Code and some case law on what should be included in that 3-day notice. If there is a breach in how that 3-day notice went out, or the 3-day notice is not legible with contact information by the property owner or property management, whoever they put on there, then that case will be dismissed without prejudice, meaning they will have to reset and redo everything all over again. Now, what happens if they don't appear for the temporary restraining order or that it is not reestablished? Well, then there'll be an order demanding that they appear before the court to answer what is going on. This is also applicable to tenants. Tenants, you are required to allow the property owner access to make repairs that are necessary that you have complained about to the property. They also have to have access to do their lead safe certification and to check on their property. That is also in the landlord-tenant law of the Ohio Revised Code. They need only to give you sufficient notice that they must enter the property to make those repairs, to also do any kind of testing, and to do what you've asked them to do. What tends to happen is some tenants will file a motion to compel repairs and then not assist with assist in allowing the landlords to have access to the property. That restraining order can be used against tenants and against the landlords. I hope that explained the process of constructive eviction, how it is illegal, and what you can do to make sure you bring it to the court's attention that you're being constructively evicted and not legally evicted as required by the Ohio Revised Code. Thank you.
We are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.